ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 12, verse number 17. In the previous verse, Uddhava asked a question to Bhagavan Krishna because he had a doubt whether he should follow his swadharma or give up and take sannyas or take shelter of Krishna. So Krishna begins replying in this verse, and we read part of the commentary where Sri Vishnath Chakravarti said that Krishna is explaining various processes, making Uddhava as the object of instruction, just as in Bhagavad Gita he is teaching humanity through Arjuna. So like that he is teaching to Uddhava about the various paths Otherwise, for Uddhava, he said, Yoasi Sasi Eva. That whatever you are not a sadhaka. You don't have to perform anything, you are already devotee. And then he explains the verse now. Purushottam Prabhu.
Seems like you already answered it, but this is the question. I mean, after establishing satsang is the final goal, and then he's coming back to this yoga and all other things, and that's still not clear. I mean, why he's making Uddhava, that's his last time, last things, and then he's bringing this extension for those other processes.
Yeah, because it was said, Sarva Jivan Uddisyapi Tvam Ekam Eva Lakshikritya Davocham Vachmi Vakshami. That making you as the object of my instruction, I am giving knowledge to everybody. So there are people who have different adhikaras. Everybody is not qualified for everything. So therefore he gives knowledge for that. And this, if
as you already established, you give all the examples for the satsanga, and satsanga is ultimate.
yeah, but there are people who don't have that desire for bhakti, then what is the process for them? So they can do bhakti, they have material desires, so they took karma yoga, they get purified, then they come.
But that process also explained, karma yoga and jnana yoga already explained before. So now, if this is remaining and it's time to explain that.
Now he wants to say that the whole Veda is manifested by me, which has all the paths in it. So if you have the commentary, Sarartha Darshani, this Krishna Shankar Shastri, the second line, the word which I was saying something is missing, it is Tattvatas Tvananya Yogyani. One ta is missing. Page 563. So this ta is missing here. It's basically Tattvatas tu Ananya Gayani. Ta is missing there. Mohini.
I have a question on this Sharanam Yahi or Sharanam Vraja. So you explained that this Sharanam Yahi also means to know Krishna as one's protector and not only to go and take his shelter. So if that is the intended meaning, why didn't Vyasadeva use more explicit language to bring out that meaning? For example, in the Vedas, he speaks about the Brahman, and Bhagavat Tattva remains unclear, but in Bhāgavatam, he speaks clearly about Bhagavan. So why is the language here also somewhat indirect, and why not simply state that one should know Krishna as the protector?
So you did not understand properly.
Mm-hmm.
I did not say that you know and not take only shelter. I didn't say that. I was explaining that Yahi means to go, and it also means to have knowledge. So to know that he is the Sharan. And Sharan, because it's what is taking shelter is a mental resolve. So that's what it indicates. So the sloka is Saesha Jiva Vivra Prasuti Pranena Ghoshena Guham Pravishtaha Manomayam Suksham Upetta Rupam Matra Swaro Varna Iti Sthavishtaha. So this sloka is explaining how Brahma received the Vedic knowledge from Krishna. That is the meaning of this verse. Besides the other meaning which Jiva Goswami gives in relationship with Krishna's Prakata and Aprakata Leela. So he says that Saesha Jiva Vivra Prasuti. So Jiva here is Paramatma. He manifested through the chakras. Vivara is Vivarat Prasuti. So he entered there, Pravishta, into the Mooladhara chakra with the Nada. And then as it moves up From Muladhara it comes to Manipur chakra, that is the Manomayam Sukshamupetya. Then it comes to Anahat chakra, and from there to Vishuddhi chakra. And then it becomes gross. Thavishta means sthul, gross, and manifest in the form of matra, swara, varna. There are vowels, consonants, and the matra means the time you take to pronounce something is called matra. So that is the meaning which he gives now here. So you see the commentary, we did part of it. Saiti jivyati iti jiva parmeshwara. So the word jiva here means Parmeshwara. Why? Because jivyati iti, he is the one who brings life to everyone. Sa, the word sa is used. So there are two words used here, sa and esha. Sa is used in paroksha, that, and esha means this. So when you in Sanskrit, when it is used like that, then the paroksha pronoun indicates someone who is well known. So if you say sa Rama, means not that Rama, but sa, or that you, means one who is known. So therefore he says sa prasiddha. Sa means well known. Esha means malakshana. Esha means this, that is he himself. Purusha eva iti means the person, myself. Swatarjanya swavaksha spirashati, as if he is touching his own chest with his index finger and pointing, this me, like that I entered into and gave the knowledge. So vivareshu, so vivara prasuti, so vivareshu chaturmukha sharirastha adharadi chakreshu prasutiriva prasutir abhivyakti. So vivara means whole, but here it refers to the chakras. So he says that I have entered into the chakra of Brahma. And then prasuti means birth. So vivara prasuti means that I manifested myself there. So therefore he says prasuti riva prasuti abhivakti yasasa. Tameva abhivakti maha. How did I manifest there? So he says ghoshena. So ghosha means sound. So sound here is parakhya, because para prashanti madhyama vaikhari, 4 levels. So this is the paravani. Nadena ghoshena nadena. No, this ghoshena only means nadena. Nadavata pranena saha, along with the prana. So prana and sound together. So guham adhar chakram pravishtasan. So he entered into the Adhar chakra, the chakra which is the foundation, Mooladhara. It's also called the Adhara or Mooladhara. Moola means the root or foundation basis, because it's from there the human life begins. The chakras below also, those are for the animals. And this is how you go up. So this is the dividing point. So then it turned into Manomayam. So Manomayam means Sukshmam Rupam. That is Pashyanti Akhyam. So that is in the Manipur chakra. So it manifests, it moves up along with the prana. Then it becomes, when it is nada, there are no divisions in it at all. It's just one sound. Then it is moving up, then it just like seed is there and the seed becomes sprout, then it 2 leaves come out like that. So variety comes up. So that is Pashyanti. Pashyanti, it is called Pashyanti because yogis can see this. And then Madhyamakhyam, cha Purak chakra Vishuddha chakra cha upatya. So then next stage is called Madhyama. So he said here as Purak chakra, but it should be Anahat chakra actually. So in the heart chakra. So then it becomes Madhyama. And then it comes to Vishuddhi. And then from there Vaikhari starts. So Vishuddha Chakracha Upetya Prapya Vaktreshu, then it comes into the mouth, Matra Hrashvadi, Swaro Dattadi, Varnas Chakaradi, Akaradi, Tevam, Vaikhari Akhya. So Matra refers to short, long. So in Sanskrit we have three: short, long and very long, Pluta. So Harshu Dirgha and Pluta. Ek matra bhaved Harshu, Dimatro Dirgha Uchyate, Trimatya Pluto Geya. So if it takes 1 unit of time, it is called short. If it is 2 units, long. 3 or more is called Pluta. So this is the 3 levels. So Swara is Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita. So you've seen the Vedic chanting. High, low, medium. And then Varna, Rakar, Akar, Akar. So vowels, consonants. So then it becomes manifest, the same sound which is coming from below. Then when it comes to the mouth, it appears like that. So that is the Sthavishtha, that is Ati Sthula, that is the gross form. Nana Ved Sakhatmako Bhavati. So then the Veda manifests. So Veda originally is in the Nada form, then Om, then Gayatri, then the various Vedas become manifest. So this is how he is explaining the manifestation. So there are 63 total sounds which are described by Jiva Goswami, is described in his commentary.
Ajit, this process he is giving, it is only for Vedic mantras or it is for general?
General, he will also come in the next.
Okay, so this is particularly
19th.
for Vedic Akshara.
So the first one is only for the
Vedic Akshara.
Vedas to manifest. But the general sound which we are speaking, it also manifests in the same way that he will speak in the 19th verse.
Between this Vivar and Guham, the way he is explaining. One is Muladhar Chakra, Vivar is Muladhar Chakra. And
So Vivar means chakra, that will manifest in the chakra. And then Guham is the first one. He goes to other chakras also, but he enters into the Muladhara.
so this verse is explaining only the manifestation of the sound of the Vedas and in general, other sound in general.
Other sound for us, that's why I'm saying this. He speaks of that in 19th sloka, and the process is similar.
And how does Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explain the relation of this verse to the previous? He explained it yesterday, but suddenly explaining about the sounds.
Manifestation of the Veda, and Veda is giving various paths, and he said that all these paths are not for you only, because he thought that now I should do this or I should do that. So he said that I am teaching this for humanity. As in the commentary, he will say that you have to go to Badrik Ashram. So you should know this.
Okay, so because all the paths are mentioned in the Vedas, he is first explaining the process of manifestation of sound in the Vedas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yatha nalaha khe nilbandhushma baleena darunya vimathyamanaha anuprajato havisha samidhyate tathaiva me vyaktir iyam hi vani. So he is basically saying that how the whole thing, because this not only that Veda manifests there, Veda means knowledge. So knowledge becomes manifest there. and then only the creation happens. So knowledge is in the form of sound. So first sound comes, then the elements manifest. So everything is coming from sound. So that's why he is talking about. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says that Om Tat Sat iti nirdesa brahmanes trividha para ten vedas yagyasya. So it is from that sound Om that he manifested Veda, Brahmana, everything. So sound comes first, and then knowledge. Sound knowledge is in the form of sound. That's why it is called Shruti. And then when knowledge is there, then creation is done after that. So he is now giving an example of this manifestation. Kamala.
I'm curious to know how the sounds meet the prana by this process of coming.
When you speak, the air comes out of your mouth or not?
Yeah.
Can you speak without air?
No, that's okay. No.
So our sound is nothing but air coming out through the vocal cords. And then the way you use your tongue and your mouth, then different sounds come. But it's basically air. Just like you put air into the flute, and how you block the air, then different notes come out of that, but it's just air. So that is the prana coming up, and then it manifests like that. So how you, when you speak, your mouth, tongue, there are 8 parts which are used. Your head is used, your nose is used, your tongue is used, your throat is used, your chest is used. So all these teeth, lips, top part of the mouth, these are all parts of the mouth which are used. But how you use it? You use your buddhi, because when you want to speak, artham buddhva vyakti. First you know the meaning of what you want to say, then you speak. So that is now your buddhi is getting mixed up with it.
Thank you.
Speak, Mohini. Get the air out.
So when the nada moves up from the para state to the pashyanti state, it needs also the help of prana, just as the sound comes out from the mouth with the help of prana, so also the moving upward is done by the help of prana. Is this the correct understanding?
Yeah, that's how you're breathing. Without prana, nothing works. Not only we speak, if I lift my hand up, if I close my eyes, if I open my eyes, everything happens by the prana only. That's why there is a pranayama.
What exactly makes the vikar from para to pashyanti? Is it just because it is changing the location from Muladhara chakra, then the Manipura chakra is causing the change, or what exactly causes the change from para to pashyanti and then to madhyama? Because at the
When you want to
level,
just understand in the gross way, when you want to speak, so you use your tongue, your mouth, your teeth, your lips, right, your nose, everything to make a particular sound. So what is making the vikara? All these parts. So similarly, when you want to speak, that is the gross form, but before that, thought is there. You cannot speak without thinking. So you think and you speak. It happens so quickly, it looks like we don't think. Sometimes there are people who also speak without thinking. But still it is happening. So this thought, so that is those are the vikara, the air. When you want to speak, you have a desire to speak, so then the vikara happens. So he says it is just like fire, yatha analaha khe anila bandhurusma. He says it is just like the heat which is in the sky, in the wood, and then you rub it. Daruni abhimathyamana. So daru means wood. So you rub the wood, the fire is inside, by rubbing it comes out. So first it comes in the form of ushma, balena daruni abhimathyamana, and anil bandhu rupa, and the friend of fire is the air. Air is necessary for fire. If there is no air, fire will go. That's why ghoshena nadena, pranena ghoshena. So pranavayu is there. And then start, little spark comes first. Like you have a matchbox, you hit it, then little spark comes first. First you have to rub it, then the spark comes, then spark becomes bigger. So anu prajato. So first little anu, little atomic size fire, and then havisa samadhyate. Then if you pour ghee into it, it becomes bigger. So tathaiva me avyaktir yam vani. So he says that my vani, my speech is also like that. It starts from the muladhar, then comes up, becomes little hot. Speech also, when you speak, it also creates heat in the body. You can feel it. If you sing or you do kirtan, there is heat generated in the body. So therefore, singers should eat ghee, because ghee has fire in it. In India, traditionally the singers, the traditional classical singers, they used to drink a lot of ghee, literally, because this is good for the voice. You need that heat in the voice. So therefore Usma is described here also. So that's how the words come out from the mouth. And according to Sanskrit, there are 63 sounds total. So there is A, I, U, 3. And these 3 can be short, long, and elongated. So 3 into 3 is 9. Then Ri and Ri, they are only short and long, there is no pluta for them. So 4. Then A, I, O, Au, they don't have short, they have only dirgha and pluta, 8. So 9 plus 4, 13 plus 8, 21. Then Anuswar and Visarga and Upadhamanya and Jiva Mulya. For 21 plus 4 is 25. So these are the 25 sounds. Then you have Kakaga Ganga, Chacha Jajaya, Tata Dadhana, Tata Dadhana, Papa Babama, 25. 25 plus 25, 50. Then you have Ya, Ra, La, Va. So out of this Yavla Dvidha, Harinama Vyakaran, Ya, Va, La, there are 2 each. They are Anunasik and Niranunasik. So that is 6. Then Ra, Refa, 7. So 50 plus 7, 57. Then you have Sha, Sha, Sa, Ha. 57 plus 4, 61. Now there is problem with 2 more. So I don't know why he says that Nakar is Dantya and Murdhanya, but Nakar already comes there, and that's how he makes. But you should have Nya and Ksha. So you have, because there is a different sound of Nya and Ksha. It's not exactly Kasha and Jaya. So 61 plus 2 is 63.
Babaji, this Talunya only he is telling.
Nya, it is Ja and Nya.
But it has only one sound now. Already it will come in the Vishnu Varga.
That's what I'm saying, that it is actually seen as a separate sound.
Okay.
So if you do Matrika Nyas, at least you know Akshamala. The Japmala is also called Akshamala. If you heard Akshamala, why Akshamala? I is the first one. Sa, Sha, Ha, Ksha. So that makes Ksha. But in their calculation, Pluth is not there, so there are only 54. 54 multiplied by 2 is 108. That's how you get 108.
This you are telling Nakara is
That's how Jiva Goswami
Dantya.
writes. So he says, I don't know how it comes. He says Nakarasya Dantya Murdhanya cha. But Nakara has already come there.
Yeah, no, in the Vishnu Varga we have both Murdha.
So Refa Eka Nakarasya Dantya Murdhanyatva Bhedat Dvipathat. So he is not including Gya here, but Ksha is there.
Correct.
So Ksha and then one of this extra. I don't know what it is. I cannot understand this. This has to be investigated. How he brings here. Because Na is already there. But now he brings Murdhanya here. But Murdhanya is also there, Tata Dadhana. But he brings extra one. So otherwise there are 62. So 62 is fine, but in the sloka, there is a sloka, he has quoted there are 63. It's also mentioned in Harinamrita Vyakaran, in the commentary. 63 are mentioned there. So this I cannot understand how this says that there is a Murdhanya Na, which is already counted. Vilas.
Namo Namaha. Have you ever investigated this concept of, how's it called? Yama Varna? That when you have words like Agni, so that G, G, K, K, these four, when they are in front of a N, M, then they get like as if duplicated, right? When we say Agni, it sounds as if there's double G.
Yeah, but that is still Ga. If it is double, there is no problem.
And I heard one explanation that the count of 64 sounds is achieved by counting this K, K, G, G twice each with this Yamavarna concept.
I don't know. You see, I can make 64 also, there is no problem. Because you have Ya, Va, La. Okay?
Yeah.
Yara, Lava. So there is a La, and then there is another sound, La. Sometimes if you see Vedic Brahmanas, they speak that. Like you say pull. Like in English the word pull is there. So, but sometimes the village people will say pull, not pull. So it's a separate sound. So you add that makes 64. The problem which I am seeing is with this Murdhanya Na, which has been already counted in the Sparsha. In the 25 already it is there. So this is a mystery to me. Why he says Dante Murdhanya Bhedena Nakarasya Dvipaఠat. This is something to be studied. There are some other sounds also. Panini Siksha maybe will tell something about this. Okay, let's see the commentary of this. So, Kramena Abhivyakto, Purushottam Prabhu, क्या बोलना?
It is explained in Sridhar Swami's commentary what are all these different words under there. And it has also included Visarga there. I don't know whether you counted Visarga there.
No, but that is all counted.
Okay. And in Gujarati we have two la and ala.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So, क्रमेण दृष्टांत यथा अग्नि खे दारुगत आकाशे उष्मा. So he said, just like fire in the sky of the wood is in the form of usma. So how is it? First it is avyakta. Prathama matne avyakta usma rupa. So then you churn it. It is in the avyakta form. Tato daruni adhikam mathyamane anil sahayasan anu. Then when you churn it, you rub it by the friction with the help of air, it comes in the form of like a spark. Anu means spark. So yatha iti sukshma vispulinga adi rupa, a small spark, bhavati. Tatascha prajatah prakarshena sthulataya jata. Then it becomes little bigger, and then havisa samidhyate pravardhate. Then it becomes even more augmented by pouring of havish, this oblation into the fire. Tathaiva me vyaktir madavir bhava rupa yam veda lakshana vani. He says, in the same way I also manifest. I also manifest means what? I manifest in the form of sound of the Veda. Ato asya ati gudham artham mam vina ko gyasyati. Why is he saying? He says, because this Veda is my Vani. It is my manifestation. So therefore, beside me, no one else knows what the meaning is. So this he will speak about, that what does the Veda prescribe, what does it prohibit. Kim vedatte. He said, nobody else knows. Iti asya hridayam mam vedana kaschan. That he will speak later. So here also he says that ati gudhamartham vamina ko gyasyati. Without me, who actually knows the real meaning of it. Gyatva cha jivasya sansar nistarana arthan bhakti gyan karmadi upayan ko vyavasthashyati. He says, and after knowing who is going to actually arrange it, that this part is for bhakti, this part is for jnana, this part is for karma, the various means. Atastvai param yogye patre svatulye tanupayan sampratam kripya nyasyami. Therefore, knowing you as a qualified recipient of this knowledge, I am offering this knowledge to you. Rather, actually, I am placing this knowledge inside you. Tvatto badrik ashramastha muniya prapya kritartha bhavishyanti. Why am I doing it? Because you will go to Badrik ashram, and then the sages, they will feel fulfilled, satisfied by getting this knowledge from you. So that means Uddhava will become the representative of Krishna to take this knowledge to Badrik ashram. That's where he will go. Evam gadihi karma gatir visargo grano rasodrik sparshascha shrutischa sankalpa vijnana mathabhimana sutram raja sattva tamo vikaraha. So this is the one which is a description about the human beings. He says evam. Evam means in the same way as it happened above for Brahma. In the same way the sound manifests in the human beings also. So Gadi. Gadi means sound. You have heard the word Gada? What does Gada mean? Club. Right? But Gada can also mean flute. Because it comes from the root Gad. Gad means to speak, to make sound. So club makes sound or flute makes sound. So if Krishna is having club in his hand, Gada in his hand, it means flute. So that's what the hidden meaning of the word Gadadhar is. Gadadhar means who is holding a flute. So evam Gadi. So Gadi means sound. Then karma, action. Gati, movement. Visarga, releasing. Ghrana, smelling. Rasa, taste. Drik, seeing. Sparsh, touch. Shruti, hearing. Sankalpa, that is the activity of mind. Vijnana, activity of buddhi. Mathabhimana, abhimana, ahankara. Sutram, sutram is mahatattva. Here rajasattva, tamo vikara. Then rajasattva, they are vikara from prakriti. So all this is manifestation from the prakriti. So the difference is that in case of Brahma, the Vedic knowledge manifests in him, that is coming from the Antaranga Shakti. And for us, the sound is manifesting, it is coming from Prakriti. The process is similar. So that's what is defined here. Kincha, therefore he says, Kincha matswarup bhuta veda lakshaniya vani yatha brahma sharirad udbhuta tathaiva prakriti api vani prakrita loka sharirad apabhranshadi rupa samudbhavati ityah. So he says that moreover, just like the speech in the form of Veda, which is my swarup bhuta, which is manifestation of me, so just as it became manifest in the body of Brahma, in the same way the material speech also becomes manifest in the materialistic body of the people, Prakrit Lok Sharirat, Abhransadi Rupa, various types of languages which people are speaking. So that colloquial languages, so they also manifest in the same way. So therefore say evam Gadi. So Gadi means Vagindriya Vyaparo Bhashanam Tatha cha Shruti. So Vagindriya Vyapar means the manifestation from the sense of speech. So there is a Shruti statement in this regard. Chatvari Vak Parimita Padani Tani Vidur Brahmana Ye Manishine Guhayam Trini Nihita Nengayanti Turiyam Vacho Manushyadanti. So the Vak, the speech, has got 4 parts to it. This is how the learned people know it. So the 3 are inside and they are not manifest, Nengayanti. And the 4th one is the speech which human beings use in their dealings. Asya artha, the meaning of this sloka is Vaka Vachnani Chatvari Parimitani Padani Suptingantani. So he says the speech is of 4 parts having words. Suptingantam Padam, word is made of supanting, means either there is a noun or there is a verb. Trini Parapashyanti Madhyamakhyani Pran Mano Buddhisthani. So the first 3 stages are called Parapashyanti and Madhyama, and they are situated in the Prana, Mana and Buddhi, which is Adhara Nabha, Nabhi Hridyesu Spuranti api. They are situated in the Mooladhara, then the navel chakra, then the heart chakra. Spuranti api naingiyanti, sarupam na prakashyanti. So although they are there, there is a spurna. When you speak, the speech is coming from the navel. That's why Ayurveda says that don't give talk after, don't sing after eating. Because if you sing after eating, then you will have indigestion. Because all your energy from the stomach is going to go up instead of utilizing it for digesting the food. So he says that although these three are there, but they are not visible outside. They are all three are inside. So that's why it says Swarupam na prakashanti, they are not manifest. And Turiyam Vakhriyakyam Vagindriyagatam Vacho Vachnamiti. The fourth one is that which is manifest in the speech sense, on the tongue. Yatha gadir evam eva samashti vyashtinam sarvendriya vyaparo mameva prakriti vyaktiritya. Then he further extends it. In case of Brahma, he only talked about the manifestation of the Veda. But here, he speaks about the manifestation of other activities also. So all other activities also are manifest in the same way. So just as the speech manifests from him, in our case it manifests from Prakriti, like that all other activities also manifest from Prakriti only. So therefore he describes other manifestation. Sarvendriya vyaparo mama prakriti vyakti mama eva. So he says the activities of all the senses, samashti vyashtinam, whether individual or together, they come from prakriti. So karma, the karma refers to hasti or vyapara, the activities of the hand to grasp, to give up. Gati padayo, gati refers to the movement of the feet. Visarga payu upasthayo, visarga refers to the genitals and the anus activities, passing stool and urine. Karmendriyanam, so these are the karmendriyas. Then ghrano, avghrana, to ghrana means to smell. Raso, rasnam, raso means to taste. Drik, darshanam, drik means to see. Sparshanam, to touch. Shruti, shravanam, to hear. So these are Gyanendriyanam. These are Gyanendriyas. So all the activities of Karmendriya, working senses, motor senses and Gyanendriya, cognitive senses, they all manifest from Prakriti. So that's why Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankar vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. Then sankalpa, the word sankalpa refers to the activities of the mind. Mind does sankalpa vikalpa. Vijnanam buddhi chittayo. Vijnanam refers to the activity of buddhi and chitta. So making decisions, deliberation. Abhiman, abhimano ahankarasya. Abhiman refers to ahankara. Sutram pradhanasya. Sutra refer to the change of pradhana. Raja sattva tamsam vikaro adhyatma adi strividha. So then Raja, Sattva, Tamas, these are the three types of vikara. Adhyatmik, adi bhautik, adi daivik. Prapancha me vyaktir mayiki iti purvena anvaya. So he says this is the manifestation of this prapancha which is from my maya. It is to be understood like that.
Babaji, in the beginning of this commentary, it's clearly told Kimcha Matsarubhuta Ved Lakshana Vani, that the Ved Lakshana Vani is Matsarup Bhuta. It's my Sarup, and you also just mentioned it's a part of Antaranga Shakti. But then in the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Krishna tells Arjuna that Tragunya Vishya Veda, Nistragunya Bhava Arjuna. And there in the commentary, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he explains that the Vedas, they also contain that part has to be rejected, which is not of pertaining to Bhakti Yoga. So how do we, इन दोनों का सामंजस्य कैसे बिठाना है कि वो निस्त्रय गुण्य है या अंश में निस्त्रय गुण्य है, या अगर मत्स्वरूप भूता है तो फिर तो वो त्रिगुण से वैसे ही परे हुए, और फिर जब वहाँ पे वो बोलते हैं कि जो त्रिगुण वाला अंश है उसको आपने रिजेक्ट करना है, केवल भक्ति वाला अंश एक्सेप्ट करना है, तो ये दोनों में कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन सी अपेरेंटली लग रही है. तो इसको कैसे हम समझें?
So it depends how you use something. If you use it for material purpose, then it is material. Otherwise, karmana eva siddhim asthito janakadaya. People like Janak, etc., they attain perfection by karma only. So that karma is also part of the Vedas, but that is tragunya. If you use it for material, going to heaven, that's what people are doing generally. Where it says yamimam puspitam vacham pravadanti manisha. So if you take that meaning, then it is tragunya vishya. If you apply it for Krishna, yat karosi yad yadasnasi yad juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi konte tat kurusa madarpanam, then it will become transcendental. Like you have food, if you offer it to Krishna, it becomes prasad, then you say this is spiritual. If you just cook it for yourself, then it says bhanjante te tu agham papa ye pachanti atma karanat.
The verse which you mentioned, Yat Karoshi, Yat Juhoshi, this verse in the Samvad between Rai Ramananda and Mahaprabhu, he accepts this as Karma Mishra Bhakti, not a part of Shuddha Bhakti.
So what?
So that means when karma is coming, there is still an ansh of Tragunya is there. It cannot be pure.
Yeah, pure is only bhakti. But if you do that act also for bhakti, devotees also eat. Right? They also give charity. So is that mixed with karma or is it free from that? So it's an intention of the person. Bhakti is also 4 types. Sattvic bhakti, rajasic bhakti, tamasic bhakti, nirguna bhakti. So how bhakti becomes nirguna and how bhakti is nirguna only? Why it becomes tamasic bhakti? Because person is tamasic. His goal is tamasic. So if bhakti can become tamasic, then Veda can also become tragunya. So intention is what makes the difference. I am he Jiva, Stri, what is it? Trivrit, I think Trivrit Abjayonir, Avyakta Eko Vaisase Adya, Vishlishta Shaktir Bahuda Eva Bhati, Bijani Yoni Pratipadde Yadvat. So he gives that, he says this Paramatma only, Jiva here means Paramatma, which is the Karan Swarupa. So he says Trivrit, 3 divisions, Abjayonir Avyakta. He manifests as Brahma from the Abjayoni. He is one. And Vaisasa Adya Vishlishta Shakti. Then with time he gets divided into many forms. And Bijani Yonim Pratipadyat, just like the seed is one, but then that one seed becomes tree which has got trunks, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits. So like that one thing becomes manifest in many ways. So tasmad Ishwaram, Ishwara abhivyakti rupa prapancho naishwarad bhinna iti vaktum pratmam Ishwaramaha. So he says because this prapancha, this material world has come from Ishvara, therefore it is not different from him. So to say this, first he explains the Ishvara. I am Jiva, Ishvara. So this Jiva means Ishvara Trivrit. Trigun Maya Ashraya. It is the shelter of the Maya which has three gunas. Trivrid Rupatvena Abjayoni. So it takes the form of Abjayoni, means the source of the lotus, which has three. Vrit means three gunas in it. Abjasya Loka. Lokapahasya Karanbhuta. What is Lokapahasya? So anyway, it is the cause of the Loka. Pratham Srishte Purma Avyaktam Eka Eva. So before the creation he was Avyakta and manifest only one. And then Vaisa Kalena Saeva Adya Ishvara Prapanchatmako Bhavati. Then with the effect of time, that one Ishvara takes the form of Prapancha. Vislishta Shaktir Vislishta Prathag Vibhakta Vagadi Indriya Rupa Shakti Yasya. So he becomes manifest by dividing himself into various forms. And this is how the Prapancha becomes manifest. So Bahudha Dev Manushyadi Bahu Prakar Ko Bhati. So various forms of Devas, Manushyas, lower beings. Ekasya Bahudha Bhane Drishtanta Yoning Kshetram Pratipadya Prapya Bijani. So he gives the example that just like if you put the seed in the field, then that seed manifests in the form of sprout, then little plant, then grows tree, more branches come out. So ekasya api bijasya bahudha udgama bhavanti. So just as one seed becomes a big tree, like that one Ishvara manifests this universe in this particular form. So this is something which cannot be understood by any empirical science, modern science, or by any experiment, because our experience is that if you want to find the cause of something, then cause will be similar to the effect. The golden ornaments are made from gold. Even if you make yogurt from milk, still it has ingredients which are in the milk. Something new is not coming from somewhere. But now how is that the conscious being can be source of this inert matter? This you can only know from the Veda. This is a mystery that Bhagavan is conscious being, and then from him comes this material world. So this is inconceivable. So that is being explained. How is that just from some vibration? Sound is a vibration. And everything happens from that. So that's being described here. So we'll stop.